TK421, wire 2 at your post. TK421, do you copy?
Hello, this is pilot TK421. Well, just me, actually. I'm not actually leaving my post, I'm at my post. I thought that what I would do today is I'd do a bit of a special video for some of you that have been wondering how I make my videos and stuff like that. So I thought that what I would do is I would bring you a video editing basics video. Yeah, it's just basically how I make my videos. It's relatively simple and straightforward. Just a thing to note though is this is going under the assumption that you have all of your video files that you want for your video, your audio files, and you already know how to record or stream or stuff like that. But basically, this is my video editor here, and I am using VideoPad Pro. Yeah, it's a really good bit of software. Fun fact, as long as you aren't using it for commercial purposes or monetary gain, you can actually use the free version of it as much as you want. They have a bunch of different packages that you can buy if you plan on monetizing your channel, so that you have you know, a legit video editor or whatever, and yeah, you don't have to pay royalties or stuff like that, because there's some video editors where you like have contracts or whatever, I guess, or something, I don't know. But yeah, I chose this one because it works nice. I was using OpenShot Video Editor, but I found there was a lot of well, technical issues that didn't seem to get resolved in it. But this one here seems to be relatively decent. It's an older version. It's version 8.5.6. They've got, like, I think version 10 out now, but I just haven't picked up the newest version of it yet. I plan on doing it at some point in time. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Video Editor, or sorry, VideoPad Pro is a really cool program for editing videos. I've got the Master Edition, which basically lets me have an unlimited amount of audio tracks. Anything lower than that and you're limited to like 1 or 2 audio tracks, which is okay for making videos if you are only planning on doing, like, you know, your video plus the audio from like gameplay and say some music. But if you're going to do talking over top of that, well, you're going to have to do some editing and condensing and stuff like that, but I can get into that later. This is just the basics. And as the basics, well, it's fairly simple and straightforward. You can do one of two things to add your files. You can either right click, it doesn't show up on here, but there's a context menu here where you can you know, choose to add files, text files, stuff like that, or you can just have your folder open and you can drag and drop them. But since I've got everything all set up and ready to go here, I have my intro, I've got video files here that I'm going to be using. And let's just go about doing this. I also have my audio files here, and I've got a image file here. This is actually kind of cool part about it. I'll get into that later. And as for my intro here, I made this a long time ago using VideoPad. It's just basically a picture with some text on it that's been stretched out over 30 or 10 seconds, sorry. And then I added an audio file to it, made a video out of it, and it's now just an intro clip. But it works, and it works quite well. But in order to, you know, edit your video, there's various different things you need to know. Like when you add a video clip, if you look over here, there's a time bar for the clip. This is normally blue when you add a clip, and as it processes it, the blue disappears and turns gray so that you know that it's completely processed. And as you can see, all of my clips here are completely processed, so I can start placing them. You can actually start placing them before they're fully processed, but I find it's a lot better and easier to work with if you just wait until they're fully processed and then start placing them. So I'm just going to start doing that right now. And you can either drop them here, or what I like to do is I like to make sure that this little dotted line here appears. That way you know you're butting it up against the previous clip. And as you add video clips to it, the clips actually get smaller and it's harder to work with. So what I like to do is as I place the clips, I usually just do some stuff like adding some amplification to certain areas. And I'll add in my transition. This is the cool part. This has a lot of different built-in transitions that you can use. It's all just pretty much click and choose type of thing. And normally what I do is if I'm adding in a transition, I'll just freeze the frames at the end rather than merge the frames, because when you start merging your frames, it starts overlapping the audio files from the two clips, and it doesn't work out too well for the audio editing part of it. So I usually just freeze the frames and then carry on. And next up, we're going to place this one. And then we will place this one. And the really cool part about VideoPad Pro here is that you can actually take an image file like this image here. Basically it's just a picture from War Robots. I think I got it from Steam or something like that. But I just added in some text and stuff like that. And if you take a look at the options over here, it's got a 13-second time limit on it. You can actually change that to any point you want, but I use 13 seconds just because I have my transition set up on a 6-second transition. It seems to work out really good, and when you use a 6-second transition, you just want to keep like 3 seconds at the beginning of your video clip and 3 seconds at the end of your video clip to allow for the transition. So when you hit record, just give a 1, 2, 3 count and then start talking or doing whatever it is that you're going to do. And basically what this does is it just will display one frame every, well, what is it, 60 frames a second? So it'll basically, with an interval of 2 seconds, so yeah, every 2 seconds it'll display a picture, and the way Video Recorder works is it basically takes a picture every 2 seconds and then just records the changes between the pictures. So yeah, I'll get into that in a later video though. So I'm just going to place this because this is my little outro that I use. And now we have everything all set up for video and audio. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to place some audio clips here for music, and I've already got my music picked out, and I think I've already got it set up for what I want in order and stuff like that. I just got to find my music list here. Yeah, I've got everything there, so. And what you're going to do is you're just going to place this. I try to get clips that are pretty much, about the same length as the clip that I have, or if not, like in the case of my battle videos here, I take a look at the overall time. For the first one there, it's 6 minutes and 39 seconds, so I just open up a media player like Winamp, which really whips the llamas behind, and yeah, I just add in some music that I think is appropriate until I've got it an appropriate timeline, well, time frame, and yeah, once I've got that, I just start placing the songs. So I'm going to start doing that. I've got everything all laid out here, so I'm going to just go by a list that I've got written up in a notepad here. And the really nice thing about this is because you've got, unlimited audio tracks, you can place a various number of audio files. I like to, overlap my musical files so that, well, they just sort of flow together. I'm not sure if you listen to a bunch of the old Techno Mix CDs, or I guess they're MP3s now, but when I was younger we had compilation discs, and they were techno music that had basically, what was it called, an Extendamix, I believe it was. It basically was just the songs overlapped to flow into like one solid track instead of like several different tracks. Actually works really nice with video editing and stuff like that. It adds flow. That was... Wait. Sorry guys, I'm just getting a little bit sidetracked here. I'm trying to find the music that I'm needing to place at various different times. And the nice thing about this is if it wants to auto snap to a position, you just hold down the shift button and it'll allow for you to just position small increments and stuff like that along the way. I am missing a song. 1 second. There we go. And as you can see, I just drag and dropped that audio file so that I could use it. There we go. And that should be good. And then I just go through and I add my transitions in. I usually go with something like this. And some of the dialog boxes you aren't seeing because my screen recorder isn't actually recording them. But you'll see them when you start using the program or whatever. And there we go, I've added all of my transitions, and then normally what I'll do is I'll go through and I will, preview as I'm going, and I'll adjust volume levels for things and whatnot. And then once I've got everything ready, I'll just, export the video. Basically, I just export the video using default file settings and whatnot, just for ease of exporting and stuff like that. You can make them smaller or bigger, but that either adds or lessens the file size of the finished product. But yeah, that being said, that's pretty much how you edit a video. I've still got to go through and just adjust music tracks to make sure that they line up properly and flow through and transition properly. And well, to do that, you can do stuff like this might get loud here, so bear with me, please. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some, messing around with the positions of the music there to get it to flow properly between the two songs. Can do something like this where you go back a little bit and then you just right click and fade out from the end of the song to the cursor position, and that just creates a fade that'll slowly drop off the music until it gets picked up by the next track type of thing. But yeah, the stuff that you can play around later with and stuff like that, but this is just kind of the basics and whatnot. But yeah, like I says, I have to go through and just fine tune all the music placement and figure out where I need it to be and stuff like that. And then by the time I'm done, I'll just be able to export the video here. It doesn't show up there, but the sub menu, but yeah, I normally just export the video using the default settings and whatnot, using an H.264 encoder. And yeah, once it's done, I just upload to YouTube, and it's pretty much good to go. So, that being said, I hope this was informative for you all, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Some of you might not even watch this video, but for the ones of you that did, thank you for watching. And I'll be exporting this video and uploading it soon, so you'll be able to see it. It's actually a match of some skirmishes that I had, so yeah. Anyway, that being said, I think that will conclude this video on basic video editing, so I will duck on out and yeah, just I guess duck on out on this one. So take care, have fun, and yeah, try out video editing. It's really, really fun. If you can use this program for mobile devices. If you can get your video file off of your phone or whatever, transfer it to a PC, edit it, and then upload it to YouTube that way. It actually works a little bit better. It's a lot easier to edit a video on a computer than a mobile device, I found. But yeah, that being said, I will, just duck on out. So have fun, take care, stay safe, and I will talk at you later. Alright, I thought I was done, but I'm not quite done. I was taking a look at the music, and I had to rearrange some of it and stuff like that, but since I did and whatnot, I figured I would take you through and show you what it looks like once you've got it finished and ready for export. I've got all of my music placed and everything in the order and positions that I wanted in, and the video's placed. The video is up here. The audio for the game and whatnot is the second audio track here. Well, it's labeled audio track 1, but it's the second track anyway. Well, first track after the video track, but yeah, and then I've got 2 audio tracks. I have a 4th one here that I am not actually using, and I don't know why it's still there, but yeah, there's no audio in it at all. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. I've got all the music set up and whatnot, and this one here, I actually added a fade out to it so that it, got quieter a little bit quicker and whatnot. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much what it looks like by the time it's ready to export. All you got to do is, export it and then upload it, and you're good to go. So yeah, that being said, I will for sure duck on out. So take care, stay safe, and have fun, and lots of happy hunting out in the battlefield.